So I know you want to hit your irons better. That's why you're watching this video. So I'm going to give you 3 ideas to take with you to take back out on the course to see if you can't make this improvement. Now the first is going to be with your grip. Always want to make sure that your grip is solid in your takeaway and your downswing. I hope you've heard this before, so I'm just telling it to you again because I see a lot of players hold the club so loosely in their hands that it's just flopping around. They have no control, and you can't bring the club back to square. That's not going to produce consistent results, and golf is about consistency. So the first thing is to make sure that you have a solid grip in your takeaway and your downswing. This is a part A or part B to that. You really want to have a neutral type grip. You can be a little strong or a little weak, that's fine, but you don't want to be so weak or so strong that your hands are on top of the club or on the bottom of the club. Like, that's not going to be sustainable. And this also used to be when clubs, there was a time when you couldn't manipulate clubs, as far as like you changing the loft and changing the lie and changing, making it the having an offset. Like, there are so many more club choices out there that if you've got such a oddity in your arms and in your legs that, well, I can't hold the club like this, then you should go to a fitter, get fitted, and see what options they have for you, because a lot of those offset clubs can really help out a lot of players. So look at that first. Second, always check your posture. Always check your posture. Like, whatever your posture is, if you're going to be right on top of the ball or standing a little bit away from it, when you're making your swing, you've got to stay in that posture when you're making your turn. And again, part B to that, you want to be making a good turn. If you're making a lackluster or weak turn, you are going to either fat the shot or thin it, because you're going to come out of posture, because your body's going to try to make that adjustment that you're coming up and then throw the hands down a little bit. And that's, in that small amount of time, the likelihood of you getting it right every time is very small. So make sure you're making a good turn, good sequence, and you'll find yourself right there hitting a few better shots. The last one is going to be club selection. This is always about picking the best club to get closer to the hole in the fewest number of shots. Don't worry about the ego or what somebody else is doing. Pick the easier club to swing. Why? Because when you're able to swing easier, it's likely that you're going to hit the ball more solid. And if you take a shorter club, I'm going to take my 7-iron and try to smash this 200, but you can only carry it 175 or 150, and you're just doing what the other guys are doing or something you saw on TV, this is a recipe for failure. So, if you got to take a 5-iron, take a 5-iron. You got to take a hybrid, take a hybrid. If you got to take a driver, take a driver. No shame. I just want you to get close to hole, because if you get a hole in one, hitting driver on a par 3, it's still a hole in one. So these are 3 tips. I want you to take those with you. So have a solid grip. Make sure you're not too strong or too weak. Practice that. Maybe get a fitting. 2, check your posture. Stay in your posture, and making sure that you're making a good quality turn and downswing. And finally, make good club selection. Don't try to overswing a club. Make sure you get a good club and take an easy swing. That'll make it a lot easier for you to concentrate on the ball, focus in on all the aspects of the swing, and make sure to hit it solid. Once you take those with you, I'll see you out on the course.